This is my Islamic creation story. Adam and Eve, a world of difference, a comparison of Islamic and Christian beliefs about how the world was created. In the beginning, these words have impacted the world ever since they were written. They have controlled societies, civilizations, and everyone's lives for centuries. They are ingrained into every part of our society. In the beginning is one of the biggest questions, if not the biggest question, that humanity has. How did the world come to be? Was it caused by coincidence, chance, chaos? Or was it planned, carefully crafted, created by God or gods? If it is created by a God, then how many other questions follow, such as which God, why was it created, and why is it the way it is, and why is it not a paradise? The purpose of this presentation will be focusing on the Islamic and Christian creation stories, comparing their similarities and their differences, and then showing the implications of these differences through the creation story of the Islamic faith in the Quran and in the Bible. They're very similar, but these differences are significant, such as how the earth was created, Adam's creation, where Adam was created, and how the fall of man happened. The Bible is founded on the idea that God created the world and created Adam. Any changes to this in the beginning of the story will change the rest. For without the creation in this way, there is no need for Jesus to be the Christ, for him to come down and save mankind from their sin. Therefore, we're redefining everything in the purpose of our lives and what death is. The Islamic faith is composed of Muslims who believe that the Quran is the message of God, told to the last prophet, Muhammad, over 23 years, concluding in 639 AD. Muhammad was born and died in Saudi Arabia. The books mentioned in the Quran that are considered to be the message from God are the Torah from Musa or Moses, the Zabur to David, and the Injil, the Gospels, by Jesus. Both Muslims and Christians believe that Jesus was an important person who had a life, but where they differ is that Christians believe that Jesus is God, whereas Muslims only have to believe that he existed. They only have to believe that Moses existed and wrote the Torah. They don't have to listen to anything else other than that. Where the Muslims differ and they believe that they don't have to read the Bible is because of one of two main reasons. They don't believe that the Old Testament is reliable, that it was somehow messed up or changed by Christians and their followers, or it's because that they believe the substances of the message revealed to Jesus and Moses had in any case been revealed and composed in the Quran. Many details about how the world was formed by God, about the Muslims and Christians, have some similarities and some differences. The differences included were when things were created and how long creation took and the purity of the earth when it was created. The Quran does not have a straightforward story of how the world was created. Instead, it has many vague details spread throughout the Quran. Thus, the order of events of the creation is vague, unlike in the Bible where each creation is listed by order by day. The length of the creation is also ambiguous in the Quran, because the time period could have expanded over millions of years instead of 6 days. One of the most significant differences of the creation in the world is the Islamic faith description of the earth as already letting Adam eat cattle for food, thus implying that the world had suffering and death as soon as it was created, where in the Bible the world was created so that there were no death, no suffering, which meant no meat being eaten, no cattle slaughtered. This has many implications in it, such as death as being good or bad. The Bible sees death as evil, the last enemy to be faced, whereas the Quran sees death as a natural part of life. The only bad part is the pain to be feared. The creation of Adam is also very different and significant. The Muslims themselves do not seem to hold the same ideas about the story of Adam and how he was created. In the Bible, Adam is created on earth on the sixth day in God's own image, whereas in the Quran, he is created in paradise, not earth. And the Quran also says in 94, "Indeed, we have created man in affliction." This is significant because it shows that man and all creation were not created as good. They were created already broken. Thus, it was truly never man's fault that they were bad, but simply how they are made. It is also shown that Jesus could not have come back and been 100% person, 100% man, 100% God, because the definition of man would be a broken being, a broken creature. So, 100% man would be impossible and the perfect of all time. While both Muslims have other ideas about God and creation of Adam, many of these are listed in mythical aspects of the process of Adam's creation is also explained. 1. God was ordered the dust to be collected from all over the world, but then the earth refused to give it to him. 2. Dust is taken from various places. 3. The mold of man was from mud. 4. God created Adam with his hands. 5. Adam remains immobile for 40 years. 6. During the time of the devil, he threatens Adam and enters his body. And 7. The soul spirit is breathed into the body through his head and nose. In the Quran, there is no mention of the devil being a snake. Instead, it just says that Satan whispered to him, saying, "Adam, shall I lead you to the tree of life eternal, and to the kingdom that will never decay?" Then began Satan to whisper, suggesting to them, he said, "Your Lord only forbade you this, lest you become angels or such beings as living forever." The tree of life in the Bible is not the tree of life forbidden, but instead the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This is significant because it redefines what God wants from us and what the problems were. God, in both stories, wanted Adam to listen. In the Bible, Eve is the one who was tempted first and then offered the fruit to Adam, and then Adam accepted it. In the Quran, this is not the case. The wife is not mentioned by name and was not the one to make the decision. The Quran and the Bible may seem very similar at a glance, then comparing their creation stories and their gods. But these similarities are only surface level, because the core beliefs and ideas about how the world works, salvation, humanity, and who God is are extremely different. These divisions won't just affect the beliefs of individuals, but their entire cultures. A creation that does not have a perfect earth and does not have a perfect Adam cannot be the same story as a one with a world created in darkness, and changes the whole meaning of who people are and what death is and what it means, and it changes how people look at Jesus. If Jesus is not a perfect man who was 100% God and 100% man, but instead a created being like the Quran says in 359, the similarities of Jesus before Allah is as of Adam. He is created him from dust. Then the meaning of the whole Bible changes. Adam and Jesus were connected from the beginning. Jesus is the answer to the task failed by Adam and Eve. He is the answer to their weakness. Muslims don't fear death because they do not think that it's evil. Christians don't fear death because they know they will be saved and redeemed by Jesus after death is defeated.